Hey guys, wanted to go ahead and talk about a mod that I did for the SOG PowerPoint or SOG Powerpint, and then also talk about I guess in this case I could do a review of this tool. So the funny thing is I bought this twice and I returned it once. So I'll go over my overall thoughts and then kind of the good, the bad, and the ugly. Okay. So the good thing about this is a really great size. This is in terms of I would say multi-tools. It's one of the smallest out there, but also it's not too small, not too large. It's kind of like, and this is kind of like where I was trying to find a tool like this. And a lot of people mention the Leatherman Juice S2 and other Leatherman Juice kind of models. And the problem with the Leatherman Juice is that it's currently like super overpriced. And when you look, personally, I've actually looked at all the Leatherman Juice models that they have, and they don't hold up very well. Like they get trashed. So like they're all trashed. And then the ones that are okay are like brand new, right? So of course it's going to be fine. But it doesn't hold itself very well. And it's because in a way, there's not a lot of other like multi-tools that are kind of in that category. And this is where this comes in, and it's a SOG PowerPoint. I'm not going to go over like everything about this because there's tons of other reviews that do it better, but I want to talk about things I've learned about this tool now that I've actually taken it apart myself. And literally I took apart some parts in here for various reasons. And in a way, I'm going to talk about different reviews and go from there. So the great thing about this is, so the first thing that makes this really awesome is these pliers are so smooth. They are so good. In fact, I would actually argue to say that, it's at least in terms of multi-tools, like this is probably the best like pliers I ever had. It's so smooth. It's just so freaking smooth. The second thing is, and what's really great about this is, all right, so another great thing and a great selling point of this particular tool is that the end of it, you can actually put a bit driver on it. And so basically you can almost basically get all these bits with you and bring it with you. And this is a portable setup. You have pliers, you have a knife, you have a bit driver. And not only that, like what I've seen, which is actually a pretty damn cool setup as well, which has kind of impressed me, was some people actually have, they bring Leatherman bits, right? And they bring this, they put it in like a really tiny wallet, and you use something like a driver like this, and you would basically, you have yourself a bit driver, and you can have like basically, you can just basically attach that at the end. And so, lots of versatility. You can use this as a bit driver, and you can carry this around. So that's a great thing about it. And actually, that's one of the reasons why I kind of came back to it. I was like, oh shit, like this is viable. And now I'm going to talk about what I don't like about it, the bad. So the bad thing about this tool is, a lot of the side tools that they have, so like the scissors, as an example, like I'll just take out some of the tools out of here. All right, so their scissors here, they're just not as good as Victorinox. Like Victorinox has better scissors. This saw is like, it's kind of okay, but a lot of this, like this metal here, it just feels like cheaply put together. Like the tools are useful in a pinch, but they're just kind of like, in my opinion, just not really high quality, right? So let's talk about the bad. That's actually why I removed a lot of the tools out of there, like because some of the tools actually, they to me, they felt like really dangerous. Like for example, this tool, when you try to take it out, I think other people might like it. To me, this is really dangerous. It like poked me. So I was like, you're gone. I know people like this tool as it's a reamer, but to me, like the way when I brought it out, it was actually kind of dangerous. So I took that out. And I just have a thing against saw. I mean, like diamond files, because I don't really use them, right? So I don't like to keep around things that I don't need to keep. So right now, my SOG PowerPoint right now, it has like almost like all I kept here on this side, as an example, I kept the regular knife. I mean, I kept the package tool, which I think is pretty good. And then I also kept the knife. Okay, so to recap, this is a good size. It has good pliers. It has a great bit driver, but the side tools kind of suck. Okay, so what's the bad? Okay, so I will still continue to use this, but I will tell you right now that I do not trust this tool. And that's because I've seen this firsthand from actually taking this tool apart and studying it. And here's what's going on. So in terms of the locking mechanism, the way it works is, I'll just show you. I'll just pick out this knife. I mean, this tool here. So we'll take out the knife, right? So the way it works is if you look really carefully here, this little black piece of plastic is actually what is holding it together. And if you look really carefully, I don't know if you really see that, and I wish I could zoom in. There's a tiny little black like screw dot right there. And that makes or breaks like how whether your tool is going to lock or not. And when you take this tool apart, you just nudge it a bit and the whole thing comes apart, right? And like I'll zoom in, but everything is centered around that one small black piece of plastic. So if for some reason something goes boom, like right on it, your tool basically will just fold right back on you. Or like, it's just, I don't think it'd be really safe. So, and the way it works is, so kind of, you have to look really carefully. So these two bits of small plastic on the side hold it together, but this is the locking mechanism right here, right? So when you press down on this, basically what happens is it starts to fold back down. So it's like, just like this. Let me just do it really quick. I'll just tap it on the side here. So now that actually, it starts to get loose and it comes down. But that makes me nervous that it's two reasons. It's because it's plastic. And second of all, it's literally, God, I wish I could go in macroscopic mode to show you. But when you look at your SOG PowerPoint, look at that right there. That small little black dot makes or breaks a tool. And so what I want to say is this. This is kind of my overall consensus of how I approach a tool. I will only use this tool for pliers and a bit driver. But I do not trust, like, I would never really use the knife on this. Like, I just wouldn't. And because I just do not trust it. It's just so shoddily made. But the pliers are so good on this. The bit driver is so handy. And literally, I've seen setups, like, I've seen EDC setups that people have. They're like, it's like a small little wallet. And literally, it's just like this. And then it's like, it's like this and bit drivers. And I'm like, looking at them, I'm like, holy shit, that's a complete package. And it is. It's like, you've got your pliers, your knife, you've got your bit driver, you've got that, you've got your pliers. That's like, and like, it's in a small little wallet. And that's why this is awesome, because it's so compact and it is so lightweight. And the irony is, like, mine's even more lightweight, because like this usually weighs about 4.5 ounces and mine weighs 3.8 ounces with some slight modifications to the tool. But no, I'm serious. I personally would not trust the knife on this thing. I really honestly wouldn't. I think it's a safety hazard. So for me, the way I use this tool and the way I will continue to use this tool is I will bring this as a plier. It's like as pliers, and just like last minute, like, okay, I need to get I strongly recommend, honestly, that their side tools are nowhere near as good as like a Victorinox. These have better scissors, these have better screwdrivers, these have better everything on the side. And so my whole stance on this is just, I urge everyone who gets this is just stick with the pliers. But their side tools, like, I don't know, man. When I was like actually taking this thing apart and just like looking, and the other thing too that's kind of scary about this is if you actually look at the screws, they are actually it's held together by precision screws. Like literally, like kind of like it's like that small type. It's like a T8. It's really small, and that's really, I don't know. That doesn't give me much comfort. So overall, it's kind of like, I think what they should do in the future, if I was SOG, is like, you guys are on the right idea. You've got a great tool. All you guys need to do is just make sure that with the safeties, don't make it plastic, make it metal, and make it smaller than a dot. Because it's literally this little dot that makes or breaks a tool, in my opinion. And, spend some more time on the machining of the the side tools, because, Victorinox, their tools are so smooth, man. I don't know what the hell it is, And even Leatherman, like, it's smooth, These are so like jagged and just like really poor quality material. But it's just, like I said, these pliers are amazing. They're so good, compact size. And this is what it's always just going to be for me. It'll be like like pliers and a bit driver. And when I need to, I'll use its side tools, but almost every single time I'll just use a Victorinox instead. And that's my overall thoughts on this. And yeah, you guys have a great one. Okay, bye.